Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. Yeah, it's late. You'll be getting this in the nighttime. It is Tuesday, the 27th. So these picks are actually going to be that I'm giving you today, or tennis picks, are going to be for the 28th, but they're going to start in about 5 hours. So about midnight Eastern time, the roughly 3, 4 hours, maybe 5 hours. You're going to start seeing these games roll in. So if you want to get in on this, you need to jump in on them early. We definitely had some yesterday that didn't get in because people were asleep. And I like making money while I'm asleep. So I wake up and I've got 3 matches won. I think I went 3-1-1 yesterday. That's not a bad thing. I like that. Wake up, got a little cash. Anyway, we looked at a lot, or I looked at a lot of lines and saw quite a few different things, but a couple of the events stood out. ATP Seoul and ATP Tel Aviv, I believe we don't have any lines that are worth moving on. And that's because they're just too high. The juice is over 185, 190, 200. I don't like making moves on those kind of lines. So anyway, let's get started and jump over into we're gonna go with WTA Italian. So let's start there. And as you can see, we've got quite a few different things on WTA Italian that look like they could be pretty good. Let's also grab the spreads because we're going to need those. You're going to need to know what we got for spreads. So let's jump over to the odds checker. So we are looking at WTA. This is WTA Parma when you go to WTA Tallinn. So Tallinn, as you can see, we've got a good matchup here with Kostyuk and Krejcova. I looked at that one, but that one it's too close to call. It's a coin flip. If I was going to have to bet on it, I would probably take the over on the games. The next one that I see is right here. So that's Kaya Kanepi and Jelena Ostapenko. So we can come over here to our sheet and see that Ostapenko was just playing in the finals recently. So there should be an early match here for it. I'm overlooking it, right? Like I'm just dumb. Where's it at? It's got to be here. Davis, Walter Sheriff. I'm looking in Parma. What a dummy. Yeah, there's actually nothing in Parma that I saw. I apologize. There's a reason I couldn't find it. Normally I'm like, it should be here. Yeah, Julian Ostapenko. See how easy I went to it that time? That was so easy. If I would have just opened my eyes and realized I was in the wrong tournament. Anyway, Ostapenko leads us 1-0. She has been playing very well of late. This is a hard surface. Let's see. The line on it has got her at plus 150. Well, that's kind of weird. Why would it have her at 150? She's higher ranked. She controls the head-to-head. What's the extra reason? Oh, this is Kanepi's home tournament. So that gives a player a big advantage as far as like when you can gear up for an event. And that's a huge thing in tennis because the crowd's going to be crazy. I think, though, that she just isn't the player that Ostapenko is at this moment. She's 37 years old. Ostapenko's 25. She has been on fire lately, meaning Joanna. She's made 3 finals this year, I believe. Let's check it and see. She's had 3 finals. So she won one and finished second in 2. And one of those was last week in Seoul. So I don't see that. Looking at Kanepi, what in the world? How did I get to Kitchens? I clicked that. Y'all saw it, right? Like, my computer's crazy. What in the world? There's got to be an ad here or something somewhere. Oh, there's the ad down at the bottom. Those sneaky ads. You got to watch those things. Let's see. Wow, it's still there. That's crazy. I'm not sure how that is happening. So if you want to see something that's crazy, yeah, I guess I have gotten into some sort of, I don't know, maybe I got a bug, maybe I got a virus. We're gonna find out later, not right now. Uh, but that's very weird. Let's see if we can get to it this way. Try this again. We'll just come to Canepi and golly, I have so many pop-ups. I'll have to work on these pop-ups later. Otherwise, y'all can watch me click on things and look at all this stuff. Anyway, she did finish the finals in Washington, D.C., but as you can see, clearly has not had the success that Ostapinko has had. And that is annoying. So we're going to just close this one down and maybe debug it at another point. But back to what I was saying. I don't believe that Kanepi has the ability to play at the level that Ostapinko is playing at this moment. So I also love the fact that the odds are very much in her favor. As far as like you get positive money on it, that's a great thing. So let's add her to our chart. Okay, so I actually switched over to Brave. My dumbass was using Google Chrome. I should know better than that. That's my fault. That was me being dumb. Anyway, so we're going to add Jelena Ostapinko here. Copy that. Bring it over here so you guys can see it. And there we go. Now you have oh, might help if I share the screen. Anyway, so we're going to add Jelena Ostapinko to that plus 150 for 2 units. I don't like betting a lot of units on underdogs. I think I said that yesterday, but still, 2 units gets you 3 unit profit. You can't go wrong with that. So let's look at some more on Talion and see if we can find anything else. Oh, there's one right there. Golubic versus Mukova. So let's come over here to this. And as you can see, our pop-ups are gone. It's so nice when that happens. I'm sorry, pop-up people. I apologize for using Google Chrome. So Golubic versus Mukova. Mukova does lead the head-to-head 1-0. Golubic is ranked 89th, and Mukova is 224th. So again, why is that such a big deal? Like, why is she so much higher based on that? Well, she does control the head-to-head. She also has not played a lot on this surface, but again, there we go again. Look at that country. That's where we're at. So you're going to see a player that is playing to a level that's probably above their style. Now, and the difference is on this is Mukova has the head-to-head match. She hasn't played a lot of tennis this year, but she really wanted to play in her hometown, and I think she gets this one. So we'll bring it over here and add Carolina to that. And we're going to go 4 units on this one. Her matchup is just so much better than facing Ostapinko, who is literally on fire. Let's move over to WTA Parma, since we were already there earlier. Here's one that's interesting with Galfi. I told you guys yesterday that I really like Galfi. She's been playing very well, but I think she hits the wall here. I think Zaneveska hits harder than most of her opponents. Still could be a coin flip there. It's just one of those things. Also, I like Schmedlova as a positive 215. This is just a lean. If you want to throw a quarter on it, that's up to you. It's not an official pick, but she's been playing super well, and Bogdan has too. So yeah, it's a toss up. These other 2 games also are really good. I think this game here will be a nail biter, and I don't want to bet it. I think Sheriff wins because she's just been in better form, but Walter made quick work out of her opponent yesterday, so it could be close. Uh, let's see, what else do we got? Sloane Stevens versus Danka Kovanic. Here we go again. I'm gonna go with the underdog here. It's I got quite a few underdogs on this card today. So let's look at it. Let's see what it's got. And the reason why I think this one is really good is a couple of reasons. One, this is on clay. So as you can see, Kovanic is 14-8 compared to 5-5 for clay on Sloane. Sloane really struggled with her last round opponent. I had Sloane. I picked her, but she struggled. It was not good. Where Kovanic just rolled through. And we talked about this. Yes, I think we talked about this yesterday. How good Kovanic is on clay. She puts a lot of spin on the ball, so it really bites coming off of her forehand. It's a tough one because it's one of those things. But here's what we're gonna do. I like it. I'm gonna put it over here. Boom. 2 units plus 175. So 2 units gets you 3.5 on the profit. If she wins, it's pretty simple. Like if you have these two positives on your card, if one hits, you you make money. One or two. So that's another reason that I did it that way. So that's all the women that we have. Let's look at the men's and see what we've got. I did not find anything on Soul. I did, and I said I looked at them earlier in the podcast. You know, there wasn't a lot. There's just not a lot there. But right off the bat, this one is the one that I really like. It's a strong play. Manarino has been playing on fire, where Lestine is playing decently. Let's look at the match over here. So we got Tel Aviv. We've got right here. So let's look at this matchup. Manarino, 51, high rank 22, 34-year-old, hard surface, 18-13. He's only 17 above him. That seems like it should be pretty close. And he's got a better hard surface record. The difference is, as far as pure power goes, Manarino just got more. I mean, he's better built, a little stronger. You know, his hard surfaces is kind of deceiving. It says 18-13, but he's played in a lot of the bigger events on the hard surface, as far as like Washington. He won his Davis Cup recently against Oscar Ott. Lost first round in New York, which had to be disappointing. But Winston-Salem, you know, made it all the way to the finals. So Cincinnati, again, lost one, but Montreal did really well. Lost Janik Center, who ended up winning. So it's one of those things where you can see he's making deep runs on the hard surfaces. The indoor hards is not as much, but it's still kind of young in that season. So I think that's a very good place to play him. And we're going to add him to our list here at 5 units. I think he takes this thing 2-0, and it goes pretty quick from there. Lastly, let's look at ATP Sofia. And this one I like a lot with Oscar Ott. It still could go to 3, and anything. If I just have an inkling that it goes to 3, I tend not to bet it unless I'm betting the over. So if you want to take the over, you know, not a bad bet. Also, if your book offers the win the first set but lose the match parlay, it's usually really, really high. I think on this one it is like 850 or 950. It's way up there. Let's see if we can find it. It's not going to show it on this one, so I'll have to just pull it in from DraftKings or something. Let's see. Sorry, this is taking a little bit longer than I wanted. Yeah, I'll bring this in so you can see it. And this is the parlay that I'm talking about right here. First set money line. So Oscarot without that, big 850. So you could bet 5 units on Ott and then put that in your parlay, because odds are for him to lose the first set, it's even more crazy. But that would give you a really big advantage on that. So otherwise, there is a couple more that I looked at, but this one is what stands out. Gregor Dimitrov versus Ilya Estrada. Let's pull that up here. Dimitrov versus yes. You guys just yell and point this out. That'd be great. Because I always have a problem with this. He got a bye over first round. There it is. So Dimitrov's ranked 23, Ilya 71. Head-to-heads 1-1. Hard service, Dimitrov has had a bad year. He has. He has played well on the clay, but as far as the indoor hard and the regular hard, just struggles right now. Where Ilya was pretty hot coming in. Ilya just finished a good run at Atlanta, and then had fourth round at the Open a couple of weeks ago. So that's a good run for him. But in the same sense, he doesn't have the caliber of play that Dimitrov has. You can see, some places, like they even predict it goes to 3 and Ilya wins. But he lost to Nakashima, who's been playing very well. He had a bad run here. Here's the kicker. We're going back to that same old thing that we talked about earlier today. This Sofia is in his home country. So when you get somebody that is playing for their home country, they tend to play a little bit stronger, a little bit tighter. So I'm going to go with Dimitrov. And the great thing about Dimitrov is if you looked at that line, you've got some positive money there, positive 105. So we're going to add that, and we're going to go 3 units on that. So there's your 5 picks that we'll be running with tonight, starting very soon. I mean, like I said, just a few hours away. I think if you hit one of the 2 underdogs and maybe even hit 2 of 3 on that, it's going to be a great night for you. I mean, it's just one of those things that it was an underdog day, or people say, I always bet the underdogs. No, you don't always bet the underdogs in tennis, but there are chances to make money on the underdogs, especially in a situation like this where we've got 2. We split them and we make money. That you can't go wrong with that. So there's your 5 picks that are going on. Let me give it to you one more time, just so you know what we're looking at here. Ostapenko, positive 150 for 2 units. Mukova, minus 150 for 4. Kovinic. Again, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I suck at names. 175 positive for 2 units. Manarino, minus 165 for 5. That's our big bet of the day. And then Dimitrov, positive 105 for 3 units. And if you wanted to splash a couple of those into the ones that I talked about earlier into a parlay, or there was a couple of overs I talked about, it's not a bad thing. That's just a couple of lanes for you as well. As a good friend of mine, Tony George, says, just a couple guys taking a piss over a fence post. I say he's a good friend. I've met him once. Whatever. But he's got a good line. The 2 guys taking a piss over a fence post is great. Other than that, there's your tennis picks for the day. We will be doing these picks on Coach's Call podcast and a new YouTube channel. So you can come see us on both, and hopefully you have fun and make some cash. We'll see y'all tomorrow night, and drive safely. See ya.